Season 4, Episode 2, The Psychology of Persuasion. Previously, on The Hook, Ethan arrived in the U.S. and began working closely with Amara, sharing his personal story and the pressures that led him to cross paths with scammers. Amara, a human behavior expert, began delving into the emotional and cultural factors that drive both scammers and victims. Meanwhile, Emma and David launched their cybersecurity firm, Safe Haven, and uncovered a widespread misuse of a well-known public figure's images, leading them to reach out to the individual in question. The victim's perspective. The episode opens with a montage of women receiving messages from fake profiles. The messages are warm and flattering. "Good morning, beautiful. I can't stop thinking about you, sweetheart. You're the most amazing woman I've ever met." Each woman smiles, feeling a spark of connection. But as the montage continues, the messages grow more manipulative. "I need your help, love. My account is frozen, and I can't access my funds. I hate to ask, but you're the only one I trust." The smiles fade as the women transfer money, their trust exploited. Understanding the hooks. Amara sits across from Ethan in their office, a notebook open in front of her. "Tell me about the scripts," she says. "How do they choose what to say?" Ethan leans back, his expression thoughtful. "It's not random. Each message is designed to make the victim feel special, like they're the only one who understands us. The first messages are simple, compliments, good morning texts, but once they're hooked, we shift to creating a sense of urgency or need." "Like the frozen account story?" Amara asks. Ethan nods. "Exactly. It's about creating a problem only they can solve. The more they feel needed, the harder it is for them to walk away." At Safe Haven, Emma and David welcome the public figure, whose images have been used in countless fake profiles. Robert looks at the screen displaying dozens of fake accounts. "I had no idea it was this bad," he says, his voice filled with disbelief. "It's worse than you think," David says. "These accounts have been linked to victims around the world. Some have lost thousands of dollars." Emma adds, "We're hoping you'll work with us to raise awareness. If people hear your story, it might help them recognize the red flags before it's too late." Robert nods, his expression resolute. "I'll do whatever it takes. This isn't just about my name. It's about stopping these people from hurting anyone else." Later, the team gathers to discuss their next steps. "We need to create a campaign," Emma says, "something that educates people about how these scams work. Robert's story will be the centerpiece," David adds, "and we'll include examples of the messages scammers use, so people can recognize them right away." One of their analysts chimes in, "We can also work with social media platforms to flag fake profiles more effectively. If we can shut them down faster, we'll limit their reach." Emma looks at Robert. "This is your chance to reclaim your identity. Are you ready for this?" Robert nods. "Let's do it." Back in their office, Amara asks Ethan about the emotional manipulation behind the scams. "It's not just about money," Ethan says. "It's about control. The more they trust us, the more we can make them doubt themselves. We make them question their own judgment, so even when things don't add up, they convince themselves it's real." Amara writes down his words, her expression somber. "It's psychological warfare. They're using the same tactics as abusers, isolating victims, creating dependency, and eroding their sense of reality." Ethan nods. "Exactly. And once they're in deep, it's almost impossible to pull them out." Ending for Episode 2, The Psychology of Persuasion. The episode ends with Emma and David launching their awareness campaign. Robert records a heartfelt message, addressing victims directly. "I'm Robert Carter. If you've ever received a message from someone using my photos, it wasn't me. These scammers are using my identity to hurt people, and I want you to know it's not your fault. You're not alone, and we're here to help." Meanwhile, Ethan sits in his room, staring at an old photo of himself as a boy. Amara's voice echoes in his mind. "Your story matters, Ethan. The more you share, the more we can help others." He picks up his phone and sends her a text. "Ready to talk more about the past?" "Tomorrow?" Amara replies instantly. "Of course. One step at a time." Next on episode 3, Breaking the Silence. Ethan opens up about his childhood in greater detail, revealing the psychological scars that shaped his decisions. Amara begins to piece together a profile of the emotional vulnerabilities that lead scammers to their path. Meanwhile, Emma and David's campaign gains traction, but it also draws the attention of scammers determined to silence them. Can the team continue their work without risking their safety? Find out in The Hook, Episode 3, Breaking the Silence.